Hi, I'm Matt Harlow from DJ Case & Associates and Locavore.Guide, and I'm here today to talk about the planning process to put together a new adult hunter or angler training program. Before we get started, we need to talk about a results chain and what a results chain is and how you would build your own. So a results chain is essentially a chain of results that end up at some ultimate outcome. And when you design a program like this, what you need to do is think first about that ultimate outcome. In the case of this results chain, that ultimate outcome is locavores become conservation supporters and licensed deer hunters. And you put that ultimate objective in a green circle out on the right. Then you stop and you say to yourself, what are the steps that need to happen in order for that ultimate result to occur? And those steps are known as midterm objectives. So you want to meet those objectives in a series along the way to your ultimate objective. In this particular case, again, the student must learn deer hunting skills and the student must understand deer biology and behavior. So these become the steps on the way to your final objective. Now let's look at a pan fishing results chain. First, you start with non-angling participants. And those participants then attend the program. They learn panfish skills and knowledge. They go on a group panfishing trip, and the program provides them more information if they want to grow in their fishing experience. And ultimately, those people continue to fish. They become license holders, they're interested in conservation, and maybe if you're lucky, they even become mentors for people in their family or even come back to your program. And then the other thing to notice is all along this results chain, people need social support, and we'll talk about this later, but they need social support to keep them moving forward. So you want to try and provide that in any way you can. Now let's take a look at the deer hunting results chain. Very similar. You start with a non-hunting participant. They attend the program. They learn deer hunting skills and knowledge. Again, they go on a deer hunting outing, or maybe you set them up individually with mentors, but they get into the field. The program provides them with their next steps. They continue on in deer hunting, and then ultimately again, they become licensed hunters. They're interested in conservation, and again, if you're lucky, they'll mentor either people in their life or come back and help you. And once again, just like the fishing, even probably more than the fishing, we need that element of social support through this entire results chain. Before you put together a program like this, or any program for that matter, it's important that you talk to the prospective participants. What do they want out of your program? What do they know? What don't they know? This is crucial stuff. How do they like to learn? What obstacles are in their way? And how can you make the program better for them in any way you can? And if you can learn all these things as you sit down in the planning process, then you can plan a program that's exactly catered to the market because you've spoken to the market, found out what they're interested in, and made the program just for them. Adult learning. Obviously, when you're working with adults, adults learn differently than children do. And Malcolm Knowles did a ton of work, and this is a super boiled down version of some of his understandings of adult learning. So first of all, adults are internally motivated. They choose what they want to learn, so they're much more interested in it. It's not like in the third grade when you had to learn the state capitals. As an adult, you get to pick what you learn. They need to understand why the information is important and how it all fits together. They want to apply their new skills and knowledge. They'll learn best by doing as opposed to memorizing or reading or watching a lecture. They use their past experience to put things into context. I don't know if this happens for you, but all the time I will learn something and it makes something I've observed in the past repeated times make sense, and you can almost hear the click in my head. And lastly, adults like to be involved in the planning and evaluation of their learning process. There are things that you can do to make adult learning sessions better? First of all, you need to explain why skills are being taught. They also like to be involved in activities and actually do things. So say that you're teaching everyone how to tie a fish hook on a line, right? Hand out some fish hooks, hand out some fishing line, and let them try and do it themselves. Don't make them just watch you or a movie, or worse yet, look at a page in a book. Give them a chance to do it. And what you find when you do this is that everyone learns at their own rate, right? And that's because some of them have different skill levels. Maybe someone took a sailing class. Maybe someone was already a fisherman. Maybe someone crochets, and all those things make them better at knots. Those different levels learn at different rates, right? The other thing that's important is if someone makes a mistake, they want to learn from that mistake. Say you see someone, they tie their hook on, they give it a tug, and it slips right through the eye and unties itself again. And then you could say, that's what happens when you don't tuck this last line through and pull it tight before you cut it off. They learned from that mistake. Now it has value to them, and it's not just an embarrassment, it was a learning tool. You want to give them every opportunity to reflect on new material. You might want to review at the beginning of the class, and you want to review out of classroom experiences. Lastly, adults like and need to do things outside class to contribute to class. So if you can give them some videos to watch, a process to go through, an activity to try, they'll all be better for it in the end.